Coming up on the November 4th edition of Sports Extra, whose state is it anyway? We look at how UNC hushed the howls of the Wolfpack and extended the winning streak against NC State to 2.
And could UNC win national championship number 23 in women's soccer? We go inside the Tar Heels' start to the ACC tournament and talk about North Carolina's chances going into the postseason.
What does a team without PJ, JP, and Leslie look like? We show you how the men's basketball team braved the Pembroke Braves, even with significant absences on the wings. All that and more. Sports Extra starts
right now.
From the University of North Carolina School of Journalism and Mass Communication, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics, this is Sports Extra.
Fall sports are in full swing. Winter sports are kicking off, and it's a beautiful time to be a sports fan. Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Paige Comparato.
And I'm Delia D'Ambra. It was a great weekend for Tar Heel fans, especially supporters of UNC football. Well, it was an ACC showdown and longtime rivalry that meant a lot to both teams, and the Heels came out on top. Things started off slowly for Carolina, including this pick by Bren Renner. The Wolfpack had an early 10-0 lead, but the Heels bounced back with this beautiful catch by Quinshaw Davis in the back of the end zone. And who's that throwing the ball? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's freshman wide receiver Ryan Switzer. Talk about a swing in momentum. In the third quarter, Tim Scott picked off NC State quarterback Brandon Mitchell, and the offense marched down the field, capping it off with this 14-yard touchdown run by freshman running back TJ Logan, the first of his career. The defense came up big again, grabbing another interception and holding State on the fourth down in the final 2 minutes.
With that win, UNC is sitting at 3-5 with 2 straight wins. Oh, and 2 wins in a row against NC State. Here to talk about this latest win is football analyst Luis Fernandez. Luis, what a great game by the Heels, huh?
Oh yeah, of course. It was a great win in a good rivalry. Yeah, that's right, I said it, but more about that later. The players were just as excited as the fans as they took to Twitter to express their enthusiasm. Senior defensive end Kareem Martin tweeted, "Is it still their state or nah? Hashtag just beat state," referencing the current NC State fans' motto that this is their state. And senior UNC safety Trey Boston said, "I hope UNC Raleigh has fun for their homecoming tonight. LOL, hashtag turn up y'all."
So how did the Heels get this hard-fought win?
Well, for the third week in a row, the defense played well. This team has good talent, and it might not be the kind to shut out a team week in and week out, but what really matters is getting stops and getting off of the field. After allowing a touchdown in the first quarter, the defense held NC State to 4 field goals, 3 of which were in the red zone. Great pressure and turnovers are key to this showing. On both interceptions, Brandon Mitchell was throwing the ball away, trying to avoid pressure. So while there was only 1 sack, that pressure really made an impact. They are still struggling against the run, however, as State had 212 rushing yards, including 105 yards by quarterback Mitchell. Distribution of the ball was key to the offense's success against NC State. Looking at the running game, quarterback Marquise Williams led the team again with 17 carries for 55 yards. Running backs TJ Logan, Chris Francis, and AJ Blue had 5 carries each, including this nice red zone scamper from freshman running back Chris Francis. Even Brent Renner contributed with a 2-yard touchdown run. In the receiving game, 10 different players caught the ball on Saturday, with Eric Ebron having 9 catches, including this nice one in the seam. Freshman wide receiver Bug Howard has continued his strong season, with leading the team with 72 yards receiving. And wide receiver Quinshaw Davis had a very efficient day, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Hey, while they're at it, why not throw another quarterback in the mix? Of course, this play is awesome, and its importance in the game is huge. So it's my play of the game. State had just kicked a field goal to take the lead. This quick strike opportunity by the offense really helped to turn things around and give the team momentum. Let's go ahead and look at this play again, shall we? The safety here sees Switzer coming in motion and thinks that he can stop a quick flare or a toss to the outside. But what this does is lead the cornerback wide with one-on-one coverage with Quinshaw Davis, which he takes advantage of almost every day. It was key because the Heels never get up the lead after this play. Switzer's pass also leads us to this week's hidden stat. Since Larry Fedora became the head coach of UNC in 2012, a non-quarterback has thrown a pass 4 times. That includes 3 this year: AJ Blue, Quinshaw Davis, and Ryan Switzer, and in 2012, Eric Highsmith. The non-quarterbacks have completed all 4 throws for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. Come on, quarterbacks, Step your games up. Now, before I finish, I want to address the NC State rivalry. Carolina fans have fun saying it isn't a rivalry and that only State fans care, but after this weekend, we can see that both sides really care about the outcome. It might not be on the same level as Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, Auburn, or UNC and Duke, but this regional rivalry is fun for both sides, and this mutual hatred is what makes sports so much fun.
Well, very insightful, Lewis. Thank you so much. We always enjoy having you here.
Former UNC running back Giovanni Bernard, remember him, State fans? He made national headlines last week with arguably the best touchdown run of the NFL season so far when the Cincinnati Bengals played at the Miami Dolphins. Gio gets the toss, and here comes the tackle, but oh, it doesn't stop him. He gets away from the Dolphins defenders and runs horizontally toward the sideline for a special Gio sneak up the side, but then he runs into more defenders going for the tackle, and they fail too. Gio takes it all the way, and touchdown Bengals. Look how he avoids that first tackle again. That's something you'd think you'd see in a video game, not in the NFL. Then 3 more missed tackles by the Fins, and his sideline run is just so typical of the former Tar Heel we all love and know. Bunn High School kicker Freeman Jones isn't your typical high school senior.
No, but Carly Swanson tells us this kid with a golden leg will be kicking it next year in Carolina blue.
Freeman Jones gives the Bunn High School Wildcats a leg up on the gridiron.
You could just tell when the ball comes off his foot, it comes off so hard that, I mean, it's just unreal.
Also unreal is Jones's size for a kicker. At 6 feet tall and more than 180 pounds, he's established himself at Bunn High School, working hard on and off the field.
I felt like home. I've been at Bunn for 4 years, and it's family-oriented. I feel like all the team, the school, and everything like that.
And after attending a Carolina football camp last year, Jones got his foot in the door with the Heels.
When I got there, all the coaches, the people that I met there, it seemed like home more than anything.
Jones hasn't always felt at home on the football field. He used to shine on the soccer field growing up.
I mean, I never thought about playing football. I'm a soccer player, and then one thing led to another, and here I am.
And during his freshman year, he and a teammate drove over to the football field for an impromptu tryout.
I kicked a lot better than him, and then they were just like, "Do you want to play football?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?"
And today he can drill it through the uprights from more than 50 yards, and almost all of his kickoffs go for touchbacks, which will be an important part of special teams for the Tar Heels next season. I'm Carly Swanson reporting.
Even though this season isn't quite over yet, I'm already looking forward to next season, kicking off with some new talented recruits.
It's a program that's racked up 22 national titles. 21 of them are NCAA championships. So how good is the women's soccer team this year? Janelle Davis joins us live now.
Thanks, Delia. I'm here live at Fetzer Field, where this weekend the UNC women's soccer team won both its matchups and shut out its opponents in both games. It started out on Halloween night when the Heels took on the Blue Devils.
The ball boy was a penguin, some fans were Power Rangers and ballerinas, and the Chancellor was dressed as herself. Even the wildlife came out to cheer on the Heels. But once the game began, it was clear there was nothing for the Tar Heels to fear. Within 33 seconds of coming off the bench, freshman midfielder Cameron Castleberry scored this goal, the first of her career. Then in the second half, junior midfielder Brooke Elby scored her first goal of the season. In the 71st minute, senior Crystal Dunn was fouled in the box. Sophomore Summer Green was awarded a PK that put the nail in the coffin, ending the game 3-0. This is UNC's 9th consecutive win against Duke, so maybe this rivalry should rest in peace. Coach Anson Dorn said he was impressed the team did not rely on its leading scorers, Crystal Dunn and Kalia Ojai.
And we got to make sure that we're firing all cylinders. And with the ACC tournament, a single game elimination event, and the NCAA tournament the same, we've got to make sure that if they're able to shut down Dunn and Ojai, that we've got other options. And we're starting to see them emerge now.
On Sunday's game, Dunn proved that shutting her down is easier said than done. 4th-ranked UNC took on Boston College in the ACC quarterfinals. Dunn scored this lone goal off a shot that was deflected off the crossbar. This 5'2" forward is the shortest player on the field, but she's still able to play big. 3 goals were called back due to offsides violations. 2 Tar Heel goals and this Eagle goal. After several missed goal attempts and some strategic stalling, Dunn's goal earned UNC a 1-0 win that lifted the Heels to the ACC semifinals.
fine. You're fine. I'll be like,
Senior forward Crystal Dunn joins me now. Congratulations on yesterday's win.
thank you. Thank you so much. It was a great win for us.
And in addition to being the leading scorer for the Heels, you also are splitting your time as a defender for the women's national team. What is it like missing out on some of the UNC games?
It's kind of upsetting sometimes when I miss, being involved with my UNC team. But for the most part, I think it's given me a lot of confidence. So when I am able to return, it's helping me a lot and just improving on everything.
And you're definitely missed while you're gone. You've been described as a spark plug, as a dancer. How do you describe yourself?
I would just say I'm just easygoing. I mean, I like to bring joy to the team and, remind the girls that, it's just a game and, we have to have fun regardless of what's going on. I mean, we've taken some hits this year, but I think for the most part, we haven't lost our, sense of humor at practice and stuff. So I just like to be that player that just, brings the joy every day.
And this season, you and Cleo Ohio have really connected well together. How did that chemistry develop?
It all started with the U20s. I mean, we've played together for so long that, we know each other. I know her tendencies. I know, where she's going to be on the field. And she always wants the ball, and that's so relieving for me because as a midfielder, I always look up and I want to know who wants it, who wants to make something happen. And I think from there, we just kind of sparked.
And this year, you guys have won 20 of the past 25 ACC tournaments, but haven't won in the ACC tournament since 2010. What did yesterday's win mean for you guys?
It was good for us. I mean, a lot of the girls on our team have not been at this, made it to this round. So, I mean, for us, it's a young team who's experiencing this for the first time. And, I mean, it's great for us. I mean, BC was a good opponent, and they played well against us. And for us to win, just going forward, it definitely boosts our confidence a little bit.
Well, perfect. And you guys are going to be playing on Friday in the quarterfinals. So really excited for that. But there's also a really important part to the team, which is the managers. We know we couldn't be there without them. So Kelly Glendenning reports.
The women's soccer team is often called one of the greatest dynasties in college athletics. The team's success can be attributed to high-energy players, a fantastic fan base, and an excellent coaching staff. But one key part of their dominance that often is overlooked is the women's soccer managers. The managers work tirelessly to make sure the players have everything they need to practice and perform at the highest level.
Cones around practice, and we just try to be there for the team, make sure the cones are in the right spot, make sure everything's set up perfectly for the games, and we think it makes an impact. Usually when we have the cones down right, we win.
In addition to setting up cones and shagging balls at practices and games, the managers also run a Twitter account so fans can keep up with the team's adventures. UNC Manager Probs has nearly 700 followers. From photos of away game travel to dressing up for the game on Halloween, the managers keep the team laughing on and off the field.
Make practice fun. They always make it exciting. When the team's down, they know exactly what to say to bring you up.
Although it's called UNC Manager Probs, not everything on the Twitter account is a problem. The managers routinely travel with the team and even get some leisure time along the way for their hard work.
I think my favorite one, it was probably just like the last year in the national championship game, showing us like all on the beach, just having a good time. Just because it was one day we didn't have a problem after we won. So
the defending national champions love what the managers do and hope the support helps them to yet another national title.
Well, that's always good.
In Chapel Hill, I'm Kelly Glendenning reporting.
Sounds like the team and its
managers. You can follow the managers on Twitter at Manager Probs. That's Probs with a Z.
Sounds like the team and its managers have a busy postseason schedule ahead of them. Thanks for joining us, Janelle.
The 17th ranked men's soccer team was also in action this weekend, taking on number 11 Virginia on Friday night. Carolina's Tyler Engel scored off a rebound on the shot by Omar Holness and held on to win 1-0. UNC's conference record is 4-1-5 going into a match Tuesday against Georgia State and a game Friday night against NC State. For all you fans asking, is it basketball season yet? The answer is finally yes.
We look at who's showing out this season, where the team is excelling, and where it might need to shape up. Next on Sports Extra.
Connect with us online by liking the Sports Extra Facebook page and following us on Twitter at SportsExtra_UNC.
Maybe really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
After months of anticipation, the UNC men's basketball team finally took the floor against someone other than themselves. The Heels defeated UNC Pembroke 82-63 in an exhibition game on Friday, while 3 key players watched from the bench. James Michael McAdoo led the way with 19 points and 10 rebounds. Freshman Nate Britt made a solid home debut with 6 points, 6 assists, and 5 steals. But the game got sloppy at times as the Heels turned the ball over 23 times. Despite the victory, Coach Roy Williams emphasized a few areas that need improvement before the Heels' next contest.
Shot selection, not turning it over, rebounding, and then with the rules nowadays, we can't just keep fouling people. So we got to keep our hands off the dribbler and make sure that we don't do that.
To scrutinize and praise, Ryan O'Rourke joins us now. Now, this is the first time we've seen the Heels without P.J. Harrison, Leslie McDonald, and J.P. Tokoto. What does their absence mean for the team?
Well, their absence from the team is a huge loss for Roy Williams and the Tar Heels. Basically, it's the loss of all of their depth and experience at the wing for the Heels. So, as you can see here, P.J. Harrison was the Heels' leading scorer last year, averaging 14.6 points per game. And his ability to shoot the ball from basically anywhere from behind the arc is a huge threat to opposing defenses. Leslie McDonald also was a key factor on this team. He can shoot it from anywhere, averaging 35.9% from the 3. And although J.P. Tokoto didn't really play too much last year, he did provide a lot of great on-man ball defense. So it's a huge loss for the Heels, and it's a big hole that needs to be filled.
And we saw a lot of different bodies in and out of the game for Coach Roy Williams. Do you get the feeling he isn't really solid on his starting lineup yet?
Absolutely, Delia. It was sort of a lineup carousel with 13 different combinations of people in and out of the lineup. Ultimately, 9 different Tar Heels saw double-digit minutes, and even Desmond Hubert had 9 minutes. So almost 10 different Tar Heels had 10 minutes, and the unfamiliarity led to 23 turnovers in the game for the Heels. So it's something that Roy Williams is going to have to figure out how to get this team to play together and limit their turnovers.
But surely something good had to come out of all that playing time being dispersed, right?
Absolutely. It's kind of like a double-edged sword for Roy Williams and the Tar Heels. You don't have a set rotation, you don't have a set lineup, but your freshmen are getting valuable playing time that will hopefully play off later in the season. Nate Britt had a huge game. He had 6 points, 5 huge steals, was very active defensively. Kennedy Meeks was also very active on the boards. And Isaiah Hicks had a pretty solid debut. Even though he didn't put up too many big numbers, he still played pretty well for Roy Williams.
And you can catch the Tar Heels this Friday night at the Dean Smith Center in the season opener against Oakland. Thanks for joining us, Ryan.
The men aren't the only UNC basketball players starting the season with a top 25 ranking. The ladies are ranked 12th too, and the team showed off some talented freshmen Wednesday night. The Lady Tar Heels swept away the Carson Newman Eagles 111-50 in their first exhibition game without head coach Sylvia Hatchell. Sophomore forward Zylena McDaniel and freshman Stephanie Mavunga led the team in scoring, with McDaniel 6 for 9 in field goals and Mavunga going 7 for 9. With Hatchell's absence, associate head coach Andrew Calder stepped up to the plate, not losing sight of Hatchell's game plan for the team.
I was comfortable in the seat. Like I said before, Coach Hatchell prepares us, all our assistant coaches, to be head coaches one day. And we had a great group of young ladies, and they followed the game plan. And it was Coach Hatchell's game plan, what she wanted to do in this game.
It's been 3 weeks since women's basketball head coach Sylvia Hatchell announced that she has cancer. The Hall of Famer is staying positive through her cancer treatments, though. Wednesday, she tweeted this picture before the tip-off of her team's exhibition game. She said, "Hello again, Tar Heel fans. We had a shave my head party with the doctors and nurses tonight. Miss you guys and my team." The men's lacrosse players will also be shaving their heads this week. You can catch the players lose their locks in honor of Coach Hatchell this Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon. The team is working with the Versus Cancer Organization, and you can join in. Go to carolinaweek.org for a link. And they've already competed against each other, but now the swimming and diving teams are making a splash.
And they're showing one future ACC competitor what to expect when they move over to the conference next year. Next on Sports Extra.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
So this is my computer.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Click it.
Yes.
Okay.
I cursor in between the R and the E. Pressing dot, I want you to just push the period.
She's gonna love me all over again now.
That's it. Jamaica, here you come.
Here we go.
Good job.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. And I did it by myself. Feel smarter.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The Louisville Cardinals, they're not in the ACC yet, but they will be soon, and UNC's swimming and diving teams didn't exactly roll out the welcome mat when the two school swim teams met up this weekend.
They definitely didn't, Delia. The men and women's swimming and diving teams swept the Louisville Cardinals during a two-day meet Friday and Saturday. The 17th-ranked Tar Heel men's swimming team was neck and neck with number 13 Louisville Friday, securing a 2-point lead on the first day of the meet. Carolina returned Saturday maintaining its lead against the Cardinals. The Heels earned first place in several events, including the 200-yard medley, relay, and 100-yard butterfly, and 1-meter diving, beating the Cardinals 186-161. Head coach Richard DeSalm said this win is just the boost the team needs to prepare for future meets. The 9th-ranked women's performed even better than the men did, swimming away with a huge lead from start to finish, splashing the number 12 Cardinals out of the competition with a score of 213-140. This win marks the first home victory of the season for both the women's and men's teams.
Let's take a look at what some of the Carolina teams were up to this weekend. The volleyball team left Chapel Hill ranked 12th, but lost 2 matches, one to Florida State and another to Miami, in 5 sets each. The cross-country teams competed at ACC Championships Friday. The men's team took 2nd place and the women's finished 9th. The number 3 field hockey team lost 1-0 to 2nd-ranked Syracuse on Saturday in the team's regular season finale.
Carolina's athletes endured tackles, hits, and takedowns. But it takes another team off the field to dress the wounds and get the athletes back on their feet. Georgia Walker looks into UNC's sports medicine program.
Athletic trainer Sean Jones is in the graduate sports medicine program. As a trainer for the cross-country and wrestling athletes, he has seen a whole range of injuries.
I just think the pressure just comes from being at a big-time Division I institution where success is graded by championships. So each day I try my best to make sure that I'm making sure that all the athletes on my team are healthy and ready to go, so that way we can compete at the highest level.
The wrestling coaches expect a quick turnaround from an injury, putting extra pressure on the trainers.
So it's a huge push on our part, but sometimes they need to pump the brakes a little bit and remind us that, you know, the athlete's safety does come first.
The Stallings Evans Sports Medicine Center is a top-of-the-line institution where athletes can receive treatment and rehabilitation. It even has an underwater treadmill to get athletes back on the field.
I want them to come into the athletic training room, know that they're going to get the best possible care, and that I'm going to do everything, and the rest of the staff that I work with are going to do everything to ensure that they get better quickly and that they stay healthy, which is the biggest thing.
Former lacrosse goalie Andrew O'Connell had 2 concussions at UNC before deciding to hang up the helmet.
Coaches are great about it. Whatever the trainer says goes, and the trainers who I had, Nina Walker, was great about it. She made me take test after test just to check almost like 2 times a week.
If trainers think athletes are healthy, they send them back into competition.
We have a saying where we'll kick them out of the nest. So when they're hurt, we'll take care of them, we'll nourish them, but then when they're ready to go, we'll just let them go.
We can thank our trainers behind the scenes, keeping our athletes at the top of their game. Reporting in Chapel Hill, I'm Georgia Walker.
The Stallings Evans Sports Medicine Center isn't just for athletes. Trainers also provide aid to students participating in campus rec and club sports as well. If you liked how the Tar Heel football team played Saturday, you might want to check this out.
We throw it back to 2012 when Sports Xtra returns.
Don't forget to tune into our sister shows, Carolina Week at 5 p.m. every Wednesday on Time Warner 24 or Campus Channel 34, and Carolina Connection at 8:30 every Saturday morning on WCHL 97.9 FM.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Ready or not, here I come.
Take time to be a dad today.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Before we end the show, in the spirit of UNC beating NC State, let's take it back a year, Paige.
Let's sit back and watch Gio Bernard's unreal punt return for a 73-yard touchdown with 13 seconds left in last year's game against NC State.
Bernard fields it at the 26, heading to the far side. Gio at the 35. Gio, he's at the 50. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Gio, he's going to take it for a touchdown. Are you kidding me?
Jones Angel with the call. 73-yard punt return. Game, set, and match.
Just beautiful. I honestly remember the moment I was there. I had a soft pretzel in my hand, and I distinctly remember letting it go and throwing it down because I was just so into the game. It was such a beautiful and great moment. I loved it.
Well, I would consider that a pretzel loss, but a victory gained. I remember the person behind me picked me up and threw me in the air.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone was just ecstatic and so energetic. I'll never forget that feeling in the stadium. I still get goosebumps.
I know. It's such a hardcore part of my Tar Heel experience, so it was great.
Exactly, and I still have goosebumps right now. So Thank you so much for watching this edition of Sports Extra.
Have a great night.